She is very quiet and mysterious when you see her. But when you get to know her, she is just full of drama, sass, and savage wit. Whether she is stretching mid-speech, or protecting her purse with an umbrella, or giving that perfectly timed eye roll, she knows how to make an impression.
So without any further ado, let's welcome on the stage Toastmaster Janvi.
Toastmaster Jani, the quiet power of being an empath. The quiet power of being an empath. Toastmaster Jani.
I'm here to speak, but are you here to listen? Don't worry, I'm not going to test your attention span and there's going to be no quiz in the end. Okay, maybe there will be. But seriously, think about it. What does your usual day look like? Let's see. You get up, get ready, attend classes and classes. Then, if you have the time and energy to, you hang out with friends, eat, and then finally, doom scroll yourself to sleep at 3 a.m. probably, when you know you got an 8 a.m. class the very next day. I know. Janvi, why did you have to expose me like that? What's your point? Well, the point is our days are packed. We are busy people. And I've observed that the art of noticing, of being there, and of being an empath is slowly becoming a thing of the past. Hi, I'm Toastmaster Janvi, and the title of my speech is The Quiet Power of Being an Empath. I was so lost when I got to know that I'm supposed to prepare a speech, write something about myself, and then deliver the very same speech to an audience. And I won't lie, I was so anxious. Suddenly, I felt like I didn't know anything about myself. I was the least interesting person to ever exist. Then, I took a deep breath. Let's see. What's the one quality that I admire most? Not only in myself, but in other people too. And to that, I'd have to say kindness. The act of showing compassion and consideration to others. Now, to think of something that's closely related but more personal to me. Empathy. The ability to share and understand the feelings of another person. From a young age, I've had this quality. People talk and I listen. I let them rage, I let them cry, I let them be ecstatic, and I absorb some of it too. And I know that at the end of the day, they're glad that I was there for them, that my quiet presence meant a lot more to them than any other act of kindness. I've struggled with it as well. Many a times I felt like no one's really there for me, like I'm there for them. Like I didn't really have anyone to talk to, despite having many friends. Sure, they would listen, but I didn't feel heard. Maybe that's why I wrote this speech. Maybe this one is for Little John. Well, enough about me. Let's get back to you. I know you might have some negative thoughts about it. Why would you want to go through what anyone else is going through? Emotionally. It sounds like it's emotionally overrating and it's just why deal with the boundary challenges? I get it, and you're right. I've experienced it firsthand. But what you need to understand is that empathy is so important for our species, the Homo sapiens, the social animal who evolved majorly due to a sense of community and, most importantly, gossip. Empathy fosters strong relationships that actually matter because it makes you be honest, it makes you true, raw, and vulnerable to yourself and to the other person. Being an empath means 4 things. You need to be emotionally intelligent, you need to be emotionally aware, you need to have strong boundaries, and you need to genuinely care. So the next time you meet a friend or try to make one, ask the hard questions, the ones that truly matter. Ask those questions, not to react, but to listen, to really understand what they're trying to say. Think about the close relationships you maintain and think of how close you actually are to the person. I've had those thoughts too now. I feel like I'm not present, I feel like I'm not there, and I feel so lost, I feel I wrote, I got myself a small notebook and I titled it People Watching. And in that, I asked my friends personal, not impersonal, but deep questions. And sometimes I observe strangers and I eavesdrop on them too. Anything that's interesting, exciting, or stands out. For example, the other day, I asked my dear friend Yoshika, what do you think makes a person interesting? The question, I think, tells a lot about a person's identity and their priorities. And let's be honest, it's such a feel-good question. I think that simple act of just noting it down, of observing, of asking simple questions, makes me feel more present, more grounded. Like I know what's going on around me and ultimately what's going on with me. So, did I not mention about some quiz in the end? I'm just joking. But here's a question for you. Do you know what's going on with the people you care about most? Forget about the others. Do you know what's going on with you? Do you know what you're going through? Your passions, your interests, your love, your hate, your gestures, everything. In our busy everyday lives, we must take a moment to truly listen. Because at the end of the day, what the world needs more of is the quiet, unwavering strength of those who listen. The quiet power of being an empath. Thank you.